Hello, it's Marcia with Craig Howard Insurance. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We wanted to talk today about prescriptions because many times we feel like we're paying too much for prescriptions, or sometimes we just want to make sure that we're not actually paying too much for prescriptions. So this video is for you. Today we're going to be talking about several different ways that you can save on your medications using tools that you might not know exist. And some of these tools, they don't matter if you're uninsured or if you're in a high deductible plan or if you're just looking to cut costs, there's probably something here for you. So let's get into it. So the things we're going to talk about are a variety of different tools from GoodRx to CarelonRx, maybe even manufactured coupons, and then some alternative ways of purchasing your your prescriptions, like through various stores online. We're specifically going to touch on Mark Cuban's Cost Plus Drug Company. So a lot of people are very familiar with GoodRx, and if you're not, this is one tool that you can use at the pharmacy. It's one of the most widely used prescription drug programs, and it actually does help you to compare medication prices at different pharmacies. And then it gives you coupons that you can download so that you can use them at checkout. And no insurance is required. And in fact, it actually won't even work with your insurance. It's an either or. You run it through your insurance or you run it through GoodRx. So for example, let's say you're prescribed atorvastatin. On GoodRx, you can see the prices here, Walgreens or Walmart, CVS, or even local pharmacies like your Albertsons or Fred Meyers. And the price differences can be huge. Sometimes insurance prices can be higher than the discounted GoodRx price. So it's a great option. You can ask your pharmacist to tell you how much with your insurance the price will be. Then you can go to your GoodRx and you can say, hey, what happens if we run this coupon? And then you can compare. It's a good option for those who are uninsured or maybe even underinsured. And then sometimes we're prescribed medications that aren't really covered by your plan, so you can use that also. The most important thing to remember is that if you're going to use GoodRx, it doesn't count towards your max out of pocket with your insurance. So remember, it's an either or. You run it through your insurance or you run it through GoodRx. GoodRx does offer paid plans too. Those are called GoodRx Gold, and that can give you even bigger discounts that you can use for families and other individuals who do multiple prescriptions regularly. So it's just one more tool that you can use to help compare and make sure you're getting the best price available. The other thing here is CarelonRx. Now, this is just an example of a benefit pharmacy manager. They're known as PBMs, pharmacy benefit managers. They are the companies that work behind the scenes with your insurance. They're the ones who negotiate the price and then also manage drug coverage. So every insurance carrier has a PBM. There are all sorts of different companies. CarelonRx just is one example that works with Blue Cross, and they're the ones who work here in Blue Cross of Idaho. So a nice thing that you can do is if your insurance uses, for example, CarelonRx or another PBM, most of them will give you access to preferred pricing at specific pharmacies with extra options for 90-day supplies. And sometimes they even offer home delivery at reduced costs. So those are things that you want to check with. How you would figure that out is you can flip over your insurance card and check or check on your online portal and know exactly who your pharmacy benefit manager is, and then log into their stuff, and they'll be able to tell you what tools are available for you to save serious money, especially on those maintenance medications, because that 90-day supply usually is less. Up next for brand name medications, that's really where we seem to get hit with the cost of medications. There are manufacturer coupons, and these can be lifesavers. So drug makers, they often offer savings cards, but they are directly on their website, and these can help to lower your out-of-pocket costs. So these programs are usually meant for people with commercial insurance. Being able to use these sometimes with Medicare or Medicaid can be difficult. But what they do is they can bring down that copay, $100 copay down to $10, sometimes even 0 or 25. There's all sorts of variety of different ways to do that. And you simply just Google the name of your medication. Look at their manufacturer thing. When you Google the name of the medication, see if there's a coupon or a savings card as you Google that. And it'll pop up like here on the example. Here's an example of an Eliquis copay card where there's an asterisk. Might be able to get that copay down to $10. Now, the Mark Cuban's drug cost, Mark Cuban's Cost Plus Drug Company. This is the Mark Cuban from Shark Tank and the Dallas Mavericks, but he is attempting to try to change the way that we get access to care. And essentially what this does is he's an example of an online pharmacy. They cut out the middleman, so they cut out the PBMs, they cut out the pharmacies, and they sell the medications directly to the consumer, and it's at a manufacturer cost plus a small markup. So they do a flat $3 pharmacy fee and a $5 shipping. And this is just one example. There's a variety of online pharmacies out there, including Amazon. But Mark Cuban, they do focus mostly on generic medications, and they're adding new lists of medications to their list all the time. So for example, generic medication like fluoxetine, that can cost hundreds elsewhere. You can get a price at just a fraction of the price. Lisinopril is listed here as an example where you can see you can get lisinopril for $3.60. That would be direct from Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drugs. So you just go online. You have a way of being able to update your pharmacy prescriptions in there, and there is no insurance needed. Mostly generics for now, and they're adding more lists on every time. And there are occasionally ways that they can actually, with Mark Cuban specifically, get that correlated back to your insurance too. So for example, here in Idaho, Select Health does have a relationship with Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug Company where they can actually talk to each other so that the expenses that you're spending there help save them money and help you save money. And then they also do apply it to your max out of pocket too. So it might be something that you can check on your next prescription. So just quick tips. The most important thing is we need to be consumers in our care. And so comparing prices with and without insurance every time is important. And also from pharmacy to pharmacy, because you'll see as you look at those tools that one pharmacy might be more expensive than another. We don't know why. But also ask your pharmacy as you're filling your drug if there's any discount programs that are available that they can recommend. Some pharmacies can recommend, some cannot. It's always suggested if you're on a maintenance medication to use a 90-day fill. That will actually save expenses on both the insurance company side and also you. And then as you have those more expensive medications that are new or expensive brand names, make sure you check for those manufacturer coupons. You can also check with your doctor to see if they have a manufacturer coupon, and then sometimes the hospital systems can help you out with those really expensive specialty pharmacy medications. And that would be an example of an assistant program for those. And then of course, try an online pharmacy like Cost Plus Drugs for those generic medications. Oftentimes it's cheaper than insurance. So there's lots of different things when it comes to getting your medications and getting help for any of your medical care. We want to make sure that prescription costs are not overwhelming. And so there are lots and lots of options. And of course, you're always welcome to contact us because we'd love to give you tips and point you in the right direction. So if you found this video helpful, please give us a like and subscribe because we're going to be doing more in the future. And of course, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We're happy to help. Thanks for being here. Have a great day.